Juan Chavez is the project manager and attorney for the Oregon Justice Resource Center. He joins us live to explain. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so have you spoken with your clients about this? And if so, how are inmates reacting?
So we haven't had an opportunity yet. The decision came in after business hours, and typically folks don't have the opportunity to go on the phone and call their attorneys until sometime in the afternoon the next day.
Okay, do you expect the state to be challenging the decision? Is there room to really celebrate this at all yet?
I hope so. I hope that the state understands that this is an opportunity for them to protect the people that are in their custody. I think they understood when they initially came up with their 1A policy that people in circumstances like prisoners are particularly vulnerable and need to be protected as soon as possible.
Okay, and so if there is no challenge or any holdups, so when can inmates start being vaccinated?
Well, the judge said it has to happen immediately. Essentially, they should have been vaccinated last month as part of people who live in kind of congregate care. That could be people who are in nursing homes, they already received the vaccine or were offered it, people with developmental disabilities living in centers providing for their care. And it should have included prisoners. So it really needs to happen as soon as possible.
We've been talking about, I know there was a lot of evidence presented in this case just about how at risk many of the prisoners are in the conditions that they're in. But of course, we're also seeing the statewide shortage and really needing a vaccine for multiple vulnerable groups. So what would you say to people who wonder, why we're moving prisoners into this 1A group when we have other vulnerable populations who are still waiting on vaccine themselves?
Well, people in prison have been suffering for the last year from this disease, and they've had no opportunity to protect themselves from it. And we see what the consequences are of that. Over a quarter of inmates have already been diagnosed with the disease. That doesn't even quite capture what could be also happening, that a lot of people aren't being tested or diagnosed with COVID-19 and still suffering the consequences. And as we know, this is a painful, ravaging disease that causes long-term health, even beyond, even absent death. It's a very serious disease to be suffering with. And I'd say that while you and I have the opportunity to keep isolated at home, keep ourselves safe, keep distant, people inside do not, and that is why they need the vaccine as soon as possible.
We have seen a number of inmates die while in custody after getting the coronavirus. Do many of them, to your knowledge, do they have those underlying health conditions that we've often talked about when it comes to coronavirus deaths?
Predominantly, the condition that can be tied to morbidity is age. And I think we've seen a fair number of our older prisoners be contract the disease and have a serious reaction to it. We have one of the oldest populations of prisoners in the country. We're in the top 10. So it would follow that we're a particularly vulnerable population. The Department of Corrections estimates that about 5,000 of their prisoners are in fact medically vulnerable. And so that could lead to, again, serious health consequences, including death.
So we have about 12,000 inmates in the state's system. How long do you think it'll take for all of them to be vaccinated?
Well, the state of Oregon has actually been averaging 12,000 doses a day. Hypothetically, this could happen in one day. Of course, there's logistical concerns for getting the vaccine vials out to some of our more remote prisons. But fundamentally, this is well within our capacity, and we do have these shots. We've only used about 60% of our doses that have been allocated at this time. And there will be more doses that will come. If this order wasn't in place, these folks would be waiting about 10 weeks before being prioritized or being given the opportunity to have the vaccine. And so a delay of one day compared to 10 weeks is incredible.
All right. Well, Juan Chavez, thank you so much for your time this morning. Sure, you'll be busy today getting this news out to all of your clients.